What's up everyone, this is MrKingLiam here, and today, as you can see, I'm bringing you yet another deck profile. And I'll be honest, this is probably going to be the last Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile I do for the year. And it is a Buster Blader deck profile. Now, I've been testing around with quite a few of the new, the new support for older arts types. And this is one that I've enjoyed playing quite a bit. So I'm finally bringing you the deck profile, and I hope you enjoy it. Hope you like it. So anyway, to start off with, we've got free Flameville Guard, tune-up, but we'll get to the reason why in a bit. Then we've got one random Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning. That's because we're running quite a few Dark and Light in this deck, so it is possible to bring out Envoy. Then we've got two Gores, just basically a quick level 7 to get to the field, which you can use with a tuner for some level 8s. Then we've got one of the new cards, Buster Blader, the Destruction Swordsman. Now, basically, if you're unfamiliar with this card, this was released in Breakers of Shadow. It was released to the set at the start of last year, so at the start of the year. And basically, its name becomes Buster Blader while it's in the field or in the graveyard. If a monster your opponent controls is destroyed by battle card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target one of those equipped monsters and equip it to this card. So immediately you can negate a graveyard effect. Once per turn, you can send one monster card you control that is equipped to this card to the graveyard. Destroy monsters your opponent controls with the same type as that monster sent to the graveyard. So it's got a little bit of a Rigaki type effect for certain attributes. So that's quite useful. And also being Buster Blader also helps later on. And we're also running 3 of the Buster Bladers. Then we're running 2 Prisma, gives you a fusion option to run with the Buster Blader fusion. Then we've got the new tuners for the Buster Blade arts type. We have Destruction Sword, Arms, Buster Blake. So basically this one is, you can equip, you can target one Buster Blader you control, equip this monster from your hand or your side of the field to that target. While this card is equipped to a monster, spell/trap cards that already face up on the field cannot activate their effects. So maybe like maybe Royal Decree. Yeah, Royal Decree might be useful. Then you can send this equipped card to the graveyard. The monster that was equipped with this card gains 1000 attack until the end of the turn. So I think that's not too bad effect, just in case you're in a little bit of a tricky situation. Then we've got Destruction Swordsman Wizard Buster Blake. Same again, you can target Buster Blader, but this one is, while this card is equipped to a monster, monsters in your opponent's graveyard cannot activate their effects. So obviously a couple of deck profiles would struggle with this card because they rely on graveyard effects. So that's definitely an upside to this card. And also when this equipped card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Destruction Sword monster on your graveyard, except Wizard Buster Blade. Sorry, Wizard Buster Destruction Sword, add it to your hand. So the one I'd go for would be Destruction Sword's Pet Dragon. Oh, we're also running a Maxi, by the way, just as a random thing. So basically this is probably the best Destruction Swordsman card. Basically it's the searcher of the deck. When it's normal turn, you can add one Destruction Sword card from your deck to the hand, except Buster Whelp of the Destruction Swordsman. You can only use one of these following effects once per turn, and only once that turn. So basically you can tribute this card to special summon one Buster Blade from your hand or graveyard. So it's a little bit of a quick play and the Monster Reborn for a Buster Blader. If this card is in your graveyard, you control Buster Blade, you can discard one Destruction Sword card, special summon this card. So quick way to get a level 8 synchro to the field. We're also running 3 Destruction Sword Dragon Buster Blade. Oh, sorry, I've been calling him the wrong name. Sorry, I apologise for that. I've been reading the extra card. So this one is Robot Buster Destruction Swordsman. This one is Wizard Buster Destruction Swordsman. This one's Buster Whelp of the Destruction Swordsman, and the final one is Dragon Buster Destruction Swordsman. Yeah, yes, sorry about that. I've been calling it by this name. Sorry, been calling it. Oh wait, there we go. This name rather than that name. So anyway, what does this card do? You can target one Buster Blade you control, equip this card to the hand or graveyard, blah blah blah. Same usual effect. While this card is equipped to a monster, your opponent cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. Bang, that's actually a pretty decent effect. So basically, if you've got the Buster Blade Fusion, bring this out, then you can stop your opponent special summoning from the extra deck, which in this day and age is definitely a very good thing to have. Also, you can special summon this equipped card. You can only use the effect of Dragon Buster's Destruction Swordsman once per turn. So that also the second effect, there's the special summoning that can get you a quick override. And finally, just for randomness, we're running one Glart Bulb. Just mainly as a tech card. So that's all the monsters. This is mainly a monster heavy deck, but we do have obviously a couple of other cards. 3 cards of constants. Doesn't really need too much explaining. A lot of targets. We're running Sacred Sword of 7 stars because there is a lot of level 7 targets. I suppose you could run another one of these, but so far one's worked out fine. Soul Charge, Upstart Goblin. This is probably I reckon the second best card in the deck. Dragon Destruction Swordsman Fusion. So basically, this is where Elemental Prisma comes in handy. You can fusion summon one fusion monster that lists Buster Blader as material for your extra deck, using monsters from your hand or either side of the field as fusion material. So basically, you can actually use your opponent's dragon type monsters to fusion summon, which is definitely good because obviously a lot of deck profiles have dragons, so that's quite effective. Also, its second effect says, if this card is in your graveyard, you can send one card from your hand to the graveyard, add this card back to your hand. So it's got a little bit of a gem-like fusion type effect where you discard the card and then you can bring it back. Also, you can only activate the effect of Destruction Swordsman Fusion once per turn. So this is definitely a very good card, but the second best card. I'm going to get to the first in a minute. I'm also running 2 Twisters because that's pretty much a staple these days. And what I think is the best card in the deck, Destruction Sword Memories. This card, this trap has come in handy so many times when I've been testing this deck. So basically the card is you discard one Destruction Sword card, so basically it can be like the tuners or even the fusion. Special summon one Buster Blader from the deck. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Fusion summon one Buster Blader, the Dragon Destroyed Swordsman from your extra deck by banishing the fusion materials listed on it from your graveyard. So bang, that's an instant Buster Blader and an instant fusion if you don't have a Buster Blader, if this card's in your graveyard. So it's definitely a very good option to have. And this is a new card actually that's just been announced within the last couple of weeks. It's Destruction Swordsman's Cradle. So basically, it's a little bit. So basically, it's similar to this, but with a couple of differences. So basically, this one is you send one Destruction Sword card and the Buster Blader monster from your deck to the graveyard, except Destruction Sword Cradle. You can special summon one Buster Dragon from your extra deck or graveyard, but it's destroyed during the end phase of your next turn. You can banish this card from the graveyard. Destruction Sword cards you control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects this turn. You can only activate one Destruction Sword Cradle per turn. And it's an interesting tech card. There's obviously to get Buster Dragon out quite quickly is a fairly good thing. It also protects some of your Destruction Sword cards if needed. And the only reason I'm only using one is because this deck is actually, when I've been playing around with this deck, it's actually fairly easy to bring out Buster Dragon, so that's why I'm only running one of these. also Call the Haunted, and a Solemn Strike. And now for the extra deck. And this is the boss monster of the deck. Buster Blader, the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman. This card can reach massive amount of attack. So basically it's a Buster Blader, which in this deck is quite easy, and one Dragon type monster, which obviously we have a lot of targets. Must be special summoned and cannot be special summoned by other ways. This card cannot attack directly. That's the only downside about this card in my opinion. This card gains 1000 attack and defense for each dragon type monster your opponent controls or is in their graveyard. Change all dragon type monsters your opponent controls to defense position. Also, all dragon type monsters in your opponent's possession cannot activate their effects. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflicts piercing damage to their opponent. So yes, this is definitely a very good card when it comes to facing a lot of decks. Blue Eyes comes to mind immediately. Red Eyes, that's another one, because obviously this card gains attack for dragon type monsters your opponent controls, and also you can switch into defense. And there's actually quite a good combo you can do with this, but in order to do that, you need Buster Dragon. This card with this is definitely a very good combination. So basically, one tuner or one or more non-tuners. It's a level 8, and obviously I've been explaining why that's a good thing. But basically, this card is almost as your opponent controls becomes Dragon type. Bang! Immediate attack boost for Buster Blader, the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman. Once per turn, if you do not control a Buster Blader monster, you can target one Buster Blader in your graveyard, special summon it. So basically, if you don't have any Buster Bladers in your graveyard, you can send one to the graveyard using this. Bring out Buster Dragon. Then you can quickly special summon a Buster Blader to the field. And because this is technically a dragon, you can actually use this, I believe, as a fusion material. So that means you can use it before it goes to the graveyard. Anyway, the second effect is, once per turn during your opponent's turn, you can target one Buster Blader monster you control. Equip it with a Destruction Sword monster from your graveyard. This is a quick effect. So basically, the combo is you have a Buster Blader. So yeah, you have a Buster Blader. You activate Buster Dragon's effect. Bring out Destruction Swordsman's Pet Dragon. Oh wait, no, it's not this one. Sorry, it is this one. So you bring out Destruction Sword. So I've been reading the top again. Sorry, Dragon Buster Destruction Swordsman. You bring out this, special summon it, then you can bring out another Buster Dragon, and then you can continue the loop. Yeah, sounds right. Yeah, because then you will have synchro summon this, then you can bring out another Buster Blader, and then you can just carry on the combo. So yeah, that's quite a good combo that. Also, I'm running a Scrap Dragon just in case I need to get rid of some problematic cards, and probably my favourite synchro, a Stardust Spark Dragon as a defensive option. And obviously, since we're running a lot of level 7s, we have quite a few rank 7s. Galaxy Eye Cypher Dragon. Oh wait, oh sorry, that one's not for. I've got a couple of level 7s and level 8. Sorry. So we've got 3 rank 8 monsters. We've got Galaxy Eye Cypher Dragon because it is possible to have 2 Buster Dragons on the field. We've also got a number 38 and a number 107 taking on Dragon. And finally, running 4 rank 7 monsters. Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, number 74, Mecha Founded Beast, and finally number 11 Big Eye. So anyway, that was the new support for the Buster Blader archetype. There is a couple more cards coming out actually. Oh, I spelled Swordsman wrong. There we go. What if I actually do it correctly? There is a couple more cards coming out. One of them is this Karma of the Destruction Swordsman. I did look at this card, but I think the build I've done might be a bit more consistent. So that's why I decided not to use that card in the deck profile. So anyway, there was my Buster Blader deck profile. If you enjoyed this video, then please make sure to leave a comment down in the description to tell me what other deck profiles you'd like to see in the future. And also make sure to give this video a like as well. And also make sure you subscribe to my channel to know when my newest Yu-Gi-Oh content is coming out. I hope you've enjoyed, and for now this is MrKingLiam signing out.